Hey everyone, and welcome to the 98th episode of Let's Be Real. The end is coming, and it is coming very, very fast. Get ready. I'm joined here by James and Kyan. Boys, how you guys both doing?
Doing well. I've gone to the movies 3 times this weekend, every single day, so good weekend for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Supporting cinema.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I saw Mission Impossible twice, so we'll get to that soon.
All right, so on today's episode, we'll be covering, obviously, our thoughts on Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, our thoughts on Lilo and Stitch, and then we've got a few MovieGainz games and classics here, and new ones as well. So we've got the Ultimate MovieGainz Tournament, hosted by James, Pramed, Who Am I, hosted by Kyan, and Buy, Rent, Sell, the Pixar edition. All right, so guys...
Is that to build up hype for Elio?
No.
Well, Disney and Pixar.
What's Elio?
They're not marketing it, so are we doing it?
Yeah,
for them?
we're basically doing it. Obviously, we are going to go into spoilers for Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch if you consider it to be spoilerific.
Yeah, I'll be scheduling this one like in a week from now, so gives people time to see it.
Okay, there you go. Get ready for this in a week.
Yes.
All right, so first of all, have you guys been watching anything interesting apart from the movies we saw?
Well, we binged a lot of Mission throughout the month. The week.
Yes, we did.
We saw
4.5.
Yeah, because we watched half of the first one, and then we saw the 4th one on Monday, the 5th one on Tuesday. Or was it Sunday? I don't know, but we saw like one every single weeknight except for one weeknight. Yeah. So we went over the top with the Mission Impossible franchise. Safe to say I'm Mission Impossible out. I'm falling out of Mission Impossible.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
You saved yourself.
Yeah, and then we tried to catch up on some Andor. We're not quite there yet just because of all the Mission Impossible stuff. And then The Studio, which had a great episode and a good finale coming up for that. Oh, and The Last of Us too. Yeah. Still watching those shows right now.
Yeah. I finally finished White Lotus season 3.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
I
nice.
really enjoyed season 3.
Rank
quite
them.
a bit.
Rank the seasons.
Me rank them.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed both 3 and 1. So I think like them two tied in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is season 2.
Yeah, it's the same as his.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
mine is. I switched between them, but yeah, I think it is 2.
It's really strange because season 2, like I didn't consider it like that great until it finished.
Yeah.
And when it finished, it all kind of came together.
I think it has the best ending for sure.
Yeah.
It's just the one that stuck with me over time.
It
Like,
does.
with the characters, yeah.
Yeah, the characters really, they bore in a bit.
I think the third one, the ending just kind of lost me a bit. It was just kind of how I saw it coming, and I was like, I didn't like commit to certain things. I was like, it's a bit annoying.
Were you disappointed with how they did Carrie Coon's finished? How they did her character, or did you like how that?
No, I like that character, just finding meaning in time. It doesn't have to be something like big or grand. It's just like, just being here with your friends. It's perfectly fine. I like that.
Yeah.
It was the kid not dying that ruined it for me,
Oh,
or
yeah,
like
okay.
made me a bit annoying.
What
Woke
kid?
up.
Oh, her son.
The
Yeah.
guy's son who was going to kill his family.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that sort of commitment. Yeah,
And then like the shootout part, I was like, I don't really...
yeah.
It's the big shootout, yeah. Kind of just didn't work for me. And then that, like, the dad, that guy was actually his dad the whole time, and he had a chance to say it beforehand,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they dropped
Yeah.
that bomb. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that one, yeah. The first one would probably be second for me. The third one, maybe third. I don't know. They're so hard to rank.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Huh?
Who cares? We're closing down shop in a couple weeks anyway.
We're all good. We're all good.
All right, so we'll get into our thoughts on Mission Impossible 8. So it's releasing this week.
Pardon?
But by the time this episode releases, it would have already released.
It's been out for a week. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. It opens next week for America.
Oh, okay.
This week for us, weirdly enough, opens on a Saturday.
Random.
Yeah.
That is very random, yeah.
So the film is obviously about Ethan Hunt trying to find the entity and shut it down, basically. It's 2 hours, 49 minutes long. It's a lengthy one. What are you guys' thoughts?
You can start because you didn't come to Lilo and Stitch, so I'll start with
Yeah.
that one.
I was honestly quite unimpressed by most of it. Again, I think that this is what we're seeing here is almost like a slow death
Yeah.
on Mission Impossible, where each progressive one gets a little less spectacular to the point where you go, it's no longer the spectacle that I'm coming into the cinema for. The stunts are becoming lesser and lesser, and the narrative is still kind of the same. They're on that same tune of like a high level of self-importance, and there's not too much development going on at all.
Right.
That being said, it does have some great sequences. There is an underwater sequence, and I won't spoil anything, but it's an underwater sequence that I thought was really, really well done.
Spoilers allowed.
Okay.
We're doing spoilers.
Well, okay, well, I'm going to do some spoilers then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's an underwater submarine sequence where they use the environmental storytelling really well, where he's going from like level to level and like the rooms are filling up with water and he's almost combating the room.
Yeah.
It's this really like clever way of like building tension through a heist without having anyone to oppose you. It's just a really clever and well done way, and I really felt the tension throughout that. That to me was the peak of the film. Most of the rest of it I thought was like, you know, I'm still on a come down from like Andor, where like you're at like gold tier writing, you know, where like every character's motivation makes sense and it's all like played out and it's logical and it's all thought through.
Yeah.
And then I come into Mission Impossible and you just see all these like contradictory actions by characters and contradictory narrative decisions.
Yeah.
And kind of almost what feels like them winging it to try and fabricate a grand narrative.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are parts of that movie. There's a portion of that movie that I loved, and then the rest of it I was like, nah, I'm not blown away by this.
Yeah. Well, you liked Dead Reckoning.
I did.
And I think this movie has the exact same problems. A little bit worse, I would say.
Yeah.
So how would you compare the two then?
I would say that Dead Reckoning has like the end of it is bad, but I would say to me what Dead Reckoning did better was create a mystery. At least like I was trying to figure out what was happening in Dead Reckoning, whereas in this you already know what's happening. They tell you from the beginning what is happening and what they're going to do and how it's going to end.
It
Largely.
is written.
It is written.
Yeah.
And you're just there to watch it unfold.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I wasn't unraveling anything watching it.
I really hate that. And I'd recently watched Final Destination, the latest one, and then I watched it a second time. And since you know everything that's going to happen, it's just so like bad to rewatch. But I hate when there's movies and they show you kind of what's going to happen in the future, and it just plays out exactly like that. And it's like,
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
At least like play with that a little bit, like make us think that's going to happen, and then something completely
Different.
changes. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely all Mission Impossible out like completely now. I don't. Yeah, it was a hard watch. It's long. I think it's convoluted. Both this Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning having the entity, it kind of puts Mission Impossible in that like. It's starting to put it in that like franchise tier of like Fast and Furious.
I
where it's
agree.
Like, it's the end of the world. He can survive anything. It's getting like it's just the scale is getting way too big, and they have to keep like upping themselves every time. I think these Reckoning movies, they're trying to like replicate what Rogue Nation and Fallout did so well. Like watch those two movies back to back. They're a great 1-2 punch. They are the kind of that one big storyline conjoined together. And probably should have ended at Fallout, to be honest.
It really should have ended at Fallout, and he should have gone home with his wife, and retired.
Yeah.
Like that. And like I don't care. Bring together the new team with Simon Pegg and and a few others. They really should hear. I think what this is that it's a bunch of it is like Tom Cruise taking way too much ownership of things and not letting go.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm making assumptions, but it feels that way where he's he just can't let it go. He can't let it be in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
And that's when problems start arising, because at the end of the day, Tom Cruise is not a director. Mm-hmm. He may be a filmmaker in the sense that he guides and creates things, but he's not a director, and he's not a writer, and he can't produce these things single-handedly. And he needs to hand over the reins to someone else who I think has a lot more, has the ability to bring it in a new direction.
Yeah. I think this is very much like what happened with the Star Wars like sequel trilogy. Like when The Last of Us just came, not The Last of Us, The Last Jedi just came in and like threw things all over the place, and then Rise of Skywalker had to kind of pick up the pieces. It's kind of like that for me, where the issues were introduced in Dead Reckoning, and then the final Reckoning couldn't really do anything with that. The problems being Isla Faust. How do you even say that first name?
Ilsa.
Ilsa?
Isla?
Ulsa.
Okay, yeah, Ilsa Faust. They build her up for what, like
3 movies?
Yeah, no, but 2.5, really. Yeah, and then they got that kind of love thing going there, and they haven't really cemented that they're in a relationship or that they're falling in love, but it's definitely hinted at multiple times. And then Hayley Atwell's character joins in, and he feels so compelled to save her, and then she's the love interest. And then at the end of this movie, they don't even double down on them being together. And then another issue is that it's called The Final Reckoning. It has 1 billion flashbacks in it. It goes through his entire history, and it can't commit to kind of closing it out at the very end.
Yeah.
It's like, what if this makes $1 billion and we're left it open so we can continue doing it? I don't know why.
I think that you
it.
using the sequel trilogy is the perfect comparison, because you look at Rise of Skywalker and their failure to commit to like Chewie's death, or their failure to commit to like important dramatic deaths that should end and finalize the series in a way that is impactful.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's so important to just end something. Like, it's because when you end it, you have the opportunity to create something new a bit later on.
Yeah.
Like, they could wait 4 or 5 years and then bring back Mission Impossible with a new team.
Yeah. I think that's really the only way you should be doing it. I wish they really did commit to the finale proponent of it. You could have really done something super emotional. It hit real well, but these movies are getting bigger in scale. They're getting longer. So, yeah, they got to tighten things up, and Tom Cruise is aging.
You could tell in this film as well.
Yeah.
Rough. Yeah, it was like for his age, he's in fantastic shape and fantastic condition.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And absolutely no denying that. But look, at the end of the day, there's a line. Oh, James just spilled some Coke.
Fucking hell.
There is a line between watching like an action hero do cool things and watching an action hero who's unfortunately aged quite a lot, to the point where it's almost kind of a little bit depressing watching it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
you can. It's like as if like he wants to try keep up with like all the stunts and stuff, but you can easily tell like
he's not keeping up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, it's kind of betraying the character as well, because Ethan, at his age, realistically, like he just wouldn't be doing those things.
Yeah, 100%.
It starts to lose that sense of logic.
Yeah. They just need to, kind of descale it. Go back to what makes Mission Impossible great, and that's kind of having, those plot twists where, they use the mask to create those really things that you don't really see coming. Yeah. They have smaller scale consequences and have like the team trying to come up on how to defeat it during it. Not showing us like the flash forwards and all that kind of stuff. There's just, it's too much of that in this movie.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And the first 15, 20 minutes is rough. It's like flashback galore. And
how'd you feel about that? Like all those flashbacks at the start?
I think that the whole movie had actually lost me within the first 5 minutes. Like within the first 5 minutes, I wasn't on board, and it had pissed me off already.
When it's showing like his entire past.
Yeah, it was being too rushy and over dramatic with things, and I really can't get that out of my head. The over dramatization.
What, like the nuclear war and then
Oh,
showing
just-
their nukes and
Yeah, and also just making us. I don't know. It's kind of like so many of its emotional moments are unearned. You know, it's like you really care about what happens to this character. No, I don't. I don't care. I don't care if they die.
Yeah, I know
because
what
you've not
character you're
earned it.
talking about.
You've
Yeah.
not earned it at all. There's no reason for you to earn it.
and that death scene was just so like
Yeah,
Nothing?
It's
Nothing,
just like
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely don't care. So why are you pretending I do?
And the way it builds stakes is like, it's always, that villain, I think, is just awful. Like, they'll just arrive at a place and there's bombs there. Where the fuck does he always get just a bomb? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, they can't deactivate it. It's like, for fuck's sake. It's always a bomb that could like level an entire country or some
Yeah.
shit. Eh?
Yeah.
What I would have loved is if the president committed to launching those nukes and then hitting those cities, and then like them or she finding out that Ethan actually stopped it. Like
Nah,
it stopped the entity.
they're
Like
not going to do that.
No, well, because they didn't commit to that. They didn't commit to one nuke in Fallout.
I know,
They're
yeah,
not going to commit to full nuclear war.
yeah, but it would have been insane. Like the
I agree.
president not like trusting Ethan to do the job, so she did it herself, and then Ethan ends up being successful, and then her like having to suffer the consequences.
Well, it's like hundreds of millions of deaths. I don't you really justify it. I don't even know how you would even like make that work. There has to be some kind of payoff there.
It also, and while I was watching it, didn't make sense at all. They're like, attack all the major cities. I'm like, that's not where the missile silos are.
It's it's the operations center. So I'm assuming that they
You
can't
don't put your
contact the
operations
nukes.
centers aren't in your major cities.
I think where you have to click the button.
I'm pretty sure nukes are done silo by silo, aren't they?
I don't know. You would have to ask.
Like they're all.
Madam President.
Maybe it is all controlled by a central station, but like I was under the impression like if you actually want to destroy nukes, you have to target the silos themselves, which have the nukes in them.
I don't know. There's
You can't
thousands
just-
of those.
I know. That's what I mean.
Did you find it insane that they were going to like sacrifice an American city? Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness! Like,
Crazy.
yeah,
That was like a I don't. Have you seen Watchmen?
no.
Oh, okay. No, don't worry then.
All right, no spoilers. No spoilers. We only spoil Mission Impossible here.
Yeah.
And now Lilo and Stitch.
Now Lilo and Stitch, yes. That is coming out soon. It's the apparent last live action film from Disney. We saw it today. Saw Lilo and Stitch.
Is it embargoed?
Pardon? Yeah, we're embargoed till
Wednesday.
the 21st.
Okay, so you can't really review it, but you can sort of talk about your
Yeah,
feelings
you can do
about it.
social reactions. We're not reviewing it to anyone listening. We are just talking about our thoughts about it. I guess we won't go so much in depth. Plus, Kine didn't show up.
That's
A nice
true.
little Sunday morning session. He's
I
like,
forgot it existed, all right?
he just needed to have a little sleep in, didn't he? Late night for you. He was just fucking up all night. Mission Impossible. Oh, got a massive
I hope
headache.
you know I was actually awake, but I was not near my phone.
Lilo and Stitch, I really liked it. This one really surprised me. I had faith in the director. He's done Marcel the Shower Shoes on, which was great. It wasn't for me. I found it a bit odd, the way it was done, but he really captured something there and it was nice and wholesome. He captures the same kind of vibes here. I struggled to believe in this one because one, it's a Disney live action remake, and two, this was initially intended to be on Disney Plus before deciding to do it on a theatrical release, and we saw what happened with Moana too. But with this one, yeah, really good. He captures kind of the same kind of the themes and that feeling that you get from the Marcel the Shower Shoes on. I think they really built up Nani and Lilo's relationship like more than what I remember from the original. With Lilo and Stitch's relationship, it's done well. You feel it. I wish they would have done a little bit more, so I guess you kind of felt more as well. But it's fun. It's perfect for the family. I think most people are going to enjoy it. I would find it like really surprising for someone to not enjoy it. But yeah, it kind of just hit all the right beats that it needed to, and it hit them well. This is one of the best live action remakes that Disney has done. I would say second to Jungle Book, based on my very loose memory of trying to forget all those live action ones. Yeah, it's done really well.
Wow.
And I think this is going to make a ton of money. It's one that people can go see and everyone's just
enjoy.
going to enjoy. Yeah, and sometimes we just need those kind of movies.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm fully on board with you. I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. It stayed pretty faithful to the original. And obviously it's like an extra half an hour, 20 minutes longer than the original, but all those extended scenes in most live action stuff, they chuck in unnecessary scenes that don't serve purpose to the story. But in this, like those extra scenes does serve purpose to the story.
Are they doing like proper character building and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff? Okay, that's good.
So everything's justified in it. It was hella funny as well. I was thoroughly laughing at some scenes. And Stitch, just seeing Stitch just cause so much mayhem is fantastic. It's what we always wanted. And I agree with you. I think it's going to make a ton of money in this. The marketing has been great for it, with Stitch infiltrating all the trailers and like the little Super Bowl spot and the thing that they did at the premiere.
Yeah. Really good activations for that. I think the number one reason for the success here is that Nain did not have it in his most anticipated list.
Of course.
Therefore,
There is-
it is not cursed.
There will never be a potty where James doesn't mention this fucking stupid Nay curse.
We're ending the potty, so all the movies we're looking forward to aren't shit.
On that note, we will move on before I get even more triggered. So James is going to take over and he's going to let us know what this Ultimate MovieGainz tournament is.
Yes, all right. We have a massive tournament here. Very similar to what Kyan did last week on the podcast. So the same kind of principle. You kind of vote on 2 movies that I say, and then that one progresses to the next round. Ultimately, we keep going down the bracket until we get to a final and we get to a winner. I am not doing fictional movies, though. I'm not making up movies this time. I'm doing something a little bit interesting. The reason why it's called the Ultimate MovieGainz Tournament is because the MovieGainz Awards, we've done that for nearly 10 years, except we didn't do it in 22 or 21, but we did, and we didn't do it last year, but we've done it every year before that. So I've taken every nominee from every MovieGainz best film thing, and I've put them all together. But that only got us to 54, and for an entire bracket, I needed 64. So I added, actually, for 2022, we only did 5 for...
Did we?
Yeah, the MGAs. And so I added the Batman 2 to flesh it. The Batman, just to flesh that one out for you.
Nice.
Chuck them in there for you.
There we go, number 1 already.
Yeah, and then to
boy.
get the extra 10 that I needed, I just took one from every year that I thought we all loved and we keep talking about these days. So I chucked that in there. With 2024 stuff, we obviously didn't do MGAs, so I just tried to choose movies that I think we'd all agree deserves to be in this fight. And so I did Anora, Nosferatu, Flow, Dune Part 2, Civil War, and Challenges.
Good.
Rounds out
good.
things pretty well.
That's solid.
Yeah. All right. So to keep things kind of brief for this, there's 64 movies in here, 32 matchups for the first round, and we'll keep going down. Once we get down to like the quarterfinals and stuff, we're going to have a bit more discussions and debates. Yep. As for voting, if you guys are tied, I'm the tiebreaker. If you haven't seen both movies, then you forfeit your vote, and it's basically the other person's vote. If neither of you have seen one movie in that, then I get the leading vote. If none of us have seen any movie, which I think is basically impossible,
Nothing's impossible.
yeah, I guess we'll just choose one. But I don't think that's possible. Anyway, should we just start? Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, first one, Anora or Minari?
Anora.
Oh, no, this guy.
This is hard. Oh no. Because Minari is a movie I've come to respect a lot with time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm actually going to go Minari.
Okay, so I guess I'm tiebreaker for that.
Yeah.
It's Anora.
I know.
It's funny how last week it took us all the way to the semi-final for a disagreement between you and I.
Yeah.
Literally first round, we go opposite.
Yeah, and then the final one was the freaking
Back to
tie.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Knives Out or Good Time?
Ooh, why are these hard?
Because they're on top of every single year that we've
Okay.
done MovieGainz. So
I'm gonna go Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Good time.
Oh my god! I'm gonna be like choosing all of these. Okay. I was hoping you guys would take this burden off me of choosing. I'm gonna go Knives Out, a movie that's aged better on rewatches. Good times decreased a little bit. Still great.
That's exactly
on thing.
where I landed.
Yeah. Right. Sorry if I'm delaying. I have to write these down as I go. Oppenheimer or Zootopia?
This is gonna be hard for Nayan.
It is.
I'm gonna go Oppenheimer.
Oppie.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That is really hard.
It is.
Because again, like I was saying the other day, Zootopia is a 7 out of 7 movie. It's the best for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hard.
It is hard. But I mean, Oppenheimer's kind of in that category as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Marriage Story versus The Favorite.
I'm gonna go Marriage Story.
Marriage Story. Interesting.
Is the favorite the one with Aquafina? Is it that one?
No, that's
The
Funeral.
Farewell.
Or Farewell, yeah.
Favorite's the one by Yorgos.
I don't think
Emma
I've seen.
Stone.
Don't think I've seen it.
All right, so kind of gets the default one then. Marriage Story goes on. Okay. Silence versus The Batman. Have you seen Silence?
I'm gonna go the Batman.
He doesn't get to vote. Oh, you're
Kai
lucky.
came in clutch.
Kai came in clutch
Yeah,
for you.
I'm the Batman.
Because
but-
he hasn't seen Silence.
Oh man, Silence is a great movie, but I just don't see myself rewatching it. Is the only thing.
Because it was that good. You're
The
satisfied.
cinematography just wasn't good enough.
What is Silence?
It's like the Martin Scorsese one with Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, and Liam Neeson.
It's
but-
a religious one.
yeah. Okay, The Fablemans versus 1917.
1917.
1917.
1917.
Fablemans was very good
It
though.
was very good, yeah. Barbie versus Star is Born. Barbie is one of our wild cards from that I added in from last year.
Kai's automatically going to say Barbie.
Versus Star is Born?
Star is Born. I would, if you would ask me that, like when Star is Born released, I would have said A Star is Born, but I just don't think it's held up as well. I'm gonna go Barbie.
Interesting.
Same.
You're going to go Barbie too? Oh, shit. That is an upset that I wasn't suspecting, considering Barbie was not on our MGAs at all. All right. Logan versus The Sound of Metal. Which won Best Film for us, by the way?
Logan.
Logan?
I really like The Sound of Metal.
I like the sound of that.
I'm gonna go The Sound of Metal,
Sound of Metal.
but I know you'll choose Logan.
Yeah, I'm going Logan. Sound of Metal hasn't aged well with me at all. Because I don't remember anything. Because it's not memorable.
You just weren't listening.
Mitchells versus the Machines versus Avengers Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Infinity War was added on. A wild card.
Nora was struggling.
Bro, it's Mitchell's vs. Machines. You hate Mitchell's vs. Machines. That's why.
He
It was
actually
so
does,
easy.
yeah. I watched that last year, by the way. Under fucking rated.
Yeah, I would go with Infinity War. Best Marvel film.
Yeah, I'm going to go there as well. Okay, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood versus The Triangle of Sadness.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time.
Okay, cool. Bo Burnham's Inside versus Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. You haven't seen
Puss
Inside,
in
have you?
Boots: The Last Wish, but yeah, Inside.
Bo Burnham Inside.
God, that's really hard because again, it's a completely different piece of media. I will go Puss in Boots though.
Oh,
You're getting fucking bailed out here, man. Puss in Boots goes on. That one was added on as well. I knew that one would be a kind of heavy favourite for us, so
Yeah.
chucked it in there. Roma versus Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, Jesus!
We've watched a lot of great movies together. Have you seen Roma?
no, I haven't.
Oh, he's like silent.
Man, that was one of those movies we walked out of and we were like in a bit of a daze.
What, Roma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Manchester.
Manchester, we were like pretty wrecked from.
We were wrecked from that one. Yeah.
Okay, they're only going to get brutal as we go down as well. The Iron Claw versus Mad Max Fury Road.
Fury
Mad Max
Road.
Fury Road.
Mad
Yeah.
Max Fury Road. Cool. Del Toro's Pinocchio versus Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Dunkirk.
I'm not that big of a fan of Dunkirk, but I still think it's better than Pinocchio.
It's not the Disney one.
I know.
Good.
Not seen that one.
The Holdovers versus Civil War, not the Captain America version.
Civil War.
Civil War.
Civil War. And then we got Doom Part 2 versus The Shape of Water.
Doom Part 2.
Yep, agreed.
Doom Part 2. Halfway for the first round. Nosferatu versus Vice.
Nosferatu.
Haven't seen Vice.
Kind of gets the lead there. Nosferatu, god damn it. La La Land versus Get Out. Get Out being the wild card for that year.
Ooh.
La La Land.
La La Land.
Yeah, I'm going to go La La Land, yeah.
La La Land. Okay. Cool. Top Gun Maverick versus Drive My Car.
Top Gun Maverick.
You've seen Drive My Car,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
God, they're so different. I'll go Top Gun Maverick, though. Just Drive My Car was a very singular experience.
Yeah.
And very long.
Yeah, but fruitful.
All right. The Father versus Trial of Chicago 7.
The Father.
The Father.
The Father.
Trial of Chicago 7. Fuck off.
Spider-Man No Way Home versus Dune 1.
Spider-Man No Way Home versus Dune Part 1.
Yeah.
Dune Part 1.
Done.
Wow. Arrival versus Nomadland.
Arrival.
Rival.
Banging these out quickly, boys. I like it. Soul versus Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Soul.
Soul. Blade Runner 2049 versus West Side Story, which is a wild card.
49.
2049?
Agreed.
You guys are all aligned for this side. Ford versus Ferrari versus No Time to Die.
Hi.
I'm going to go No Time to Die.
Yep.
No Time to Die? Wow.
That was a hard one. I was just, for me, I was just thinking, what one do I enjoy the most out of those two?
That's very surprising. I thought No Time to Die.
No
would
Time to
lose
Die
easy.
commits.
Yeah.
It commits. I'm like,
It
does.
I'm
does
like
commit.
something.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah. I love the ending to that. Avengers Endgame versus Mission Impossible 6. Fallout.
Fallout.
In-game.
Oh.
Man.
Oh, I have to choose this one. I'm going to go in-game just because of the singular first-time experience you have with it and the build-up to it. It's hard to replicate. I don't even know if it will ever be replicated in history ever again. Even though it doesn't age well with me. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once versus Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. Oh, multiversal movies. I just clicked.
Oh, that was not intentional, but I'm happy for it.
I'm going to go everything.
Everything. I'm going Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Not because it's Spider-Man.
It's always the comic book one that ends up winning.
It's actually true. I'm not trying to make it be like
You're
that.
like tiebreaker, you can always pick in the comic.
I've only seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Really?
Yeah, I need to watch it again.
I think it's
I never,
just as good a second time.
I never fully clicked with it. Like as a.
I watched it on the plane for the second time when we went to Europe.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. The Substance versus Poor Things. Substance was a wild card.
Poor things.
Poor things.
Poor Things. Okay, and The Revenant versus Call Me by Your Name. You're out of this one, man. He hasn't seen Call Me by Your Name. Revenant.
Yeah.
Man, I got real lucky in every single one of my ones where Kai had to decide.
Parasite versus Hereditary.
Parasite.
Parasite.
Parasite. Okay. Promising Young Woman versus Flow. Very different.
Wow. Vastly different movies. I'm going to go Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, I've seen both films once, but Flow has been the most recent one. And I thoroughly enjoyed both films too.
Flo has a recency bias.
Yeah, I know. I'll go Promising Young Woman too. I
Promising
think that
Young
one surprised me the most.
That movie's great.
Yeah.
Killers
That
of
was
Mm.
your favorite of that year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why it's up there for us.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon versus Challengers.
Challenges.
Have you seen Killers of the Flower Moon? You haven't.
No, I have not. This is the first movie I haven't seen on this list.
Oh, I get to decide one.
Then he gets to
Yeah.
dictate one.
Yeah.
That's the only one that you haven't seen, I guess.
It's the only one on this entire list so far.
Because that was our round of 64. We're on to a round of 32 now. Just keep them simple, guys. We got Anora versus Knives Out.
Knives Out.
I'm going to go Nora.
You went for Minari over Anora.
What, the different movies?
But Minari was the weakest in the entire thing. Knives Out versus Anora. That means I have to decide. I'm going to go Knives Out still. Sorry, Kai. One of these I will vote in your favor. Okay, Oppenheimer versus Marriage Story.
Oppie.
Oppenheimer, yeah.
The Batman versus 1917.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to go 1917.
Let's see.
I think it just has a singular pace to it, and it just executes it perfectly.
Such a hard decision.
I'll go that. But if it was a tie, what would you have picked?
1917. 1917, yeah. Just for that one cinema experience. So 1917 progresses. We got Barbie versus Logan.
Logan.
Oh,
Barbie.
don't. I'm eliminating Barbie.
I think Logan's overrated.
I can say that for Barbie.
You could, and you'd be fair to say that. But I think saying Logan's overrated is a lot less popular of a hot take.
It is a hot take.
Yeah, it is. It's not overrated. But yeah, okay. Barbie's gone. Logan progresses. Then we got Avengers Infinity War versus Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Infinity War.
Wow.
Yeah, Infinity War.
Whoa. Yeah. Is that the most legit upset? I think it might be.
It might be. I mean, I know you would have picked Once Upon a Time.
I would have.
But
I love both, but
again, I think Infinity War was one of those event movies that are pretty unforgettable. Once Upon a Time was great, but again, it's just, I don't know, it's just not a moment for me. It's not a moment.
That's fair. We'll move on now to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish versus Manchester by the Sea. You see Manchester?
Yeah.
Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea?
Puss in Boots.
Ooh.
I'm with you, Kai. I got your back for this one.
Whoa, we got a win from James.
Yeah. Giving it one to Kai, and I had to get rid of Puss in Boots.
No.
Naeem would have taken it to the end just for the meme. Mad Max 3 Year Road versus Dunkirk.
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
And then Civil War versus Doom Part 2, 2024 movies.
Civil War.
Got him.
This is really hard.
Really? You put Civil War above Doom Part 2? Jesus.
You know, I'm 50-50 on this. I'm going to slight to Dune. Yeah, I'm going to go Dune.
Yeah.
They're so close to me.
Yeah.
I think Dune Part 2 has flaws.
Yeah. I'm going to do Doom Part 2. Sorry, Nan.
Would have won.
Yeah. Doom Part 2, I think, is monumentally better than the first one. And that is that's a true cinema experience one. Civil War's great as well. But not to the heights of Doom Part 2, in my opinion. Nosferatu versus La La Land.
La La Land.
Good versus bad kind of thing.
Nosferatu versus La La Land. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. No Eggers, eh? Killed Eggers right there. Top Gun Maverick versus The Father.
Top Gun.
The Father.
Now I have to choose. I love them for both very different reasons. One is like as part of filmmaking for Top Gun, and then just in terms of like storytelling, The Father is just almost unmatched.
Anything I've seen before.
Yeah.
In terms of structure.
I might have to give it to The Father. It's so brilliantly written, and the way it lays it out is just. I don't want to get rid of Top Gun, especially after seeing Mission Impossible. We'll go back to good Tom Cruise. Dune versus Arrival.
Arrival.
Yep.
Denis versus Denis.
Yeah. Got to get rid of him. Soul versus 2049.
2049.
2049.
Yeah. Gosh, I was really about to go against Blade Runner. No Time to Die versus Endgame.
Both ending.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Endgame. Endgame continuing on. Both the Avengers movies are still going through. And they were wild cards. They weren't even in the MGAs, by the way. Across the Spider-Verse versus Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Ooh. The Revenant versus Parasite.
Parasite.
Revenant.
Whoa! Oh. Why you put me in this position? Oh, fuck. Revenant's one of my favorite movies, but which one is the better one? It has to be Parasite, I think. I think it has to be Parasite. It has to be
Parasite.
Yeah, Revenant is great, but Parasite's just... It's a tough one to beat. Promising Young Woman versus Challengers.
Promising Young Woman.
Yep.
Promising Young Woman continues on. All right, cool. And we are down to our final 16.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's final 16. So we're in the quarterfinals. So if you guys disagree, I'll let you guys give a rationale first, just see if you can persuade each other. All right, so we got Knives Out versus Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Oh, Oppie continues. It's run in 1917 versus Logan.
1917.
Wow. No debates required. Avengers Infinity War versus Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea.
Infinity War.
Oh, no.
All right. Why?
Mainly because I remember a lot more. And I do understand the greatness of Manchester by the Sea, but, you know, it's pretty much one part of a 10-year journey. It is a 10-year journey that everything Marvel created coming up into one big thing, and everything, you know, went according to plan. It's easily the best Marvel film, and it did something a lot of people didn't really see coming in regards to wiping out all of the new characters. Everyone assumed it would be the old ones to go.
Yeah.
So leaving it like that, and then just having the cliffhanger as literally that, just everyone disappearing and making everyone wait a year.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of like, I think Infinity War is great against another movie franchise, but when it's against a singular movie storytelling experience like Manchester by the Sea, I respect it more because you only have a short 2-hour time frame to build you into these characters and execute on something that's like really emotionally impactful. Infinity War required 20 odd movies to get to the point where you really felt that impact. To me, it only took 2 hours for me to an hour for me to really care for these characters and for it to really devastate me at the same, if not higher capacity than Infinity War and Endgame combined.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah. No budging. All right. It comes down to me then, I guess.
Well, what do you think of what I said? And and I've kind of given a response to what you said through my answer.
Yeah, I do agree, except with Avengers Infinity War, it has a lot more characters to juggle and dive into.
It's true.
Which is why it took those 20 movies, where it's easier for a 2-hour movie to do it with like 5 characters.
It's true. It's a good point. And what do you think of the emotional impact? Do you think that they were on par?
Yeah. Which one's more emotional?
Probably Manchester.
That's pretty impressive for a 2-hour movie, no?
It is, yeah. Only because it like deals with real world things, though.
True.
Like Infinity War won't
It's
happen.
just wider stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with Manchester, it's kind of like the degree of it. Like, it's pretty easy to evoke that emotion because he accidentally burned his house down and the kids died. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be some kind of like sociopath to not feel
To
anything.
not feel it.
Yeah. So
But
it has that, and
there
it's
are
kind
plenty of movies where you can do really shocking things like that and you don't feel those things for those characters just because they're poorly developed and they don't build that rationale, they don't build that emotion behind it, all those layers.
Yeah, but if you had like Tony Stark and at the start of Endgame, he left the log out of the fire and it burnt down Morgan Stark.
I mean,
Like,
think about
I would feel a lot.
Think about it from like a logistical point of view. Tony Stark is responsible indirectly for thousands of deaths through Sokovia, right? Because he created Ultron. You don't see that. You don't see the impact he actually did. He did kill those people, but there's no emotional build-up. You don't see any of that happen.
You kind of have that person confronting him in Civil War.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, you have Nemo Nemo? Is it Nemo? Nemo?
Baron Zemo.
Oh, Zemo, sorry.
It's like
Nemo.
Pixar, man. What is
Yeah.
this?
We're getting to Pixar later, man.
Yeah, you have him confront him later on, but again, do you really feel the weight of that decision? You don't, because they never really dive into it.
That is true. That is true. I feel like our topic's gone pretty far, but we're locking down our answers, though.
Yeah.
Guess I see Manchester by the Sea going through. Sorry, Nayan.
Yes!
Damn it. I had a good one at the start, and now it's not.
Which one was your good one?
You know how you like everything went in my favor in the first two rounds?
Not anymore. We got Mad Max Fury Road versus Doom Part 2.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max Fury Road, yeah. Sorry, Denis.
Okay. And then we got La La Land versus The Father.
Ooh.
The Father.
The Father?
Wow, I'm going La La Land.
Wow. Yeah. All right, you guys butt heads again.
That was a hard one. I'm really, really on the fence with this
Now,
one.
why The Father? I'm surprised.
Me too.
Did you not vote for that one last time?
Did I not vote?
Yeah, or did you?
No, I didn't vote for it. I voted for whatever the other
Top
one
Gun.
was.
He voted Top Gun
Yeah,
over The
Top Gun
Father.
over the Father. Okay.
Just the story and the progression of Anthony. What's his name? Anthony Hopkins
Yeah.
character. You know, like, and his acting as well throughout that is top notch. Obviously, he won him an Oscar as well, and super super emotional. I mean, you guys talked about it before in the
Yeah.
previous one. It's just pretty much the same as Manchester by the Sea. You know, it's more emotionally engaging, and the emotional payoff is a lot more than La La Land. With La La Land, yeah, it's a great musical, and I'm an anti-musical guy, but I really enjoy this one. But the main thing I really remember about it is roughly the love story and also the production, dance sequences, and the cinematography. The cinematography is the main thing I remember most about La La Land.
That's I mean, it's quite funny how close this is because La La Land is a much bigger production.
Yeah.
It's so wide and bold, and it's almost like what you could say is like an equivalent to like Infinity War. It's this very bright and big movie compared to the Father, which is very closed, character-driven, emotional. Which
Yeah.
I agree, by the way, it is a more emotional movie by far than La La Land.
Yeah.
But what I like about La La Land is that it's not just great storytelling. It's not just a good love story. It's not just beautiful to look at. It's also kind of that ode to movies and ode to cinema. And it's so cinematic.
Yeah.
And it oozes that love for movies. Where you're watching it and every shot is like this. It's a love letter.
Yeah.
And that's,
you feel it.
It is, and it evokes this like almost this warm feeling in me. Where
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I feel warm about movies and cinema.
Yeah, I love how real La La Land is in terms of like committing to the ending, where it's not happily ever after, and they both secure
Yes.
their dreams. It's like we either get our dreams or we stay together, and that's often true in life. I think that was really powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think La La Land works as a entire orchestra of filmmaking, but what The Father does great is it throws you in the middle of the feeling of dementia and
an
how it actually
experience.
feels. It's like because you're just as confused as he is, and it's like it's so brilliant in that way. But yeah, only one can progress. Are we sticking La La Land or The Father?
I'll stick.
Oh, it looks like we're going to stick each time. I
Stick
think.
each time.
Yeah, we're going to fight tooth
I
and nail.
like it. I like
Yeah.
it. Doubling down onto your opinion. I'm going to go with the La La Land. I'm going to continue that one. Sorry, Nate.
Allegiances switch.
Yeah.
It has.
You're on a bad streak right now. It's the worst decision making of your life. And that's saying something. Okay, no, I'm only joking. We got Arrival versus Blade Runner 2049. Denis and Denis again.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
All right, we're locking in Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arrival's so good, though.
It is. Okay, cool. Blade Runner continues on. I think that's actually going to be the quarterfinals. Okay, in-game verse, Poor Things.
I'll go Poor Things.
Poor Things?
gosh. There's like two parts of me. There's the spectacle guy and the auteur guy, and they're fighting right now.
Yeah. That's why
Because I really
did.
really did like Poor Things. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't my favorite movie of that year.
Oh, he's thinking of this one.
This is really hard. I might just go. I'm so 50-50. I'm just going to go Poor Things.
Yeah, Poor Things.
Damn, I was sort of hoping you'd say Endgame so I can call you the MCU fanboy.
Yeah.
You just reverse on what he did with your Avengers Infinity War pick and be like, it needed all this time to build, but Poor Things did it in 2 hours. All right, the last one for this round: Parasite versus Promising Young Woman.
Parasite.
Yeah, that one. No hesitation, no arguments there. That one's easy. Okay, now we're officially on the quarterfinals. 8 movies left. We have Mad Max Fury Road, Parasite, Poor Things, Blade Runner 2049, Manchester by the Sea, 1917, La La Land, and Oppenheimer. First round: Oppenheimer versus 1917.
Ooh.
Ooh. Fuck. They were... Both films are like really great first cinema watching experiences.
Mm-hmm. I'm going 1917.
Yeah, I agree.
1917? Wow.
Yeah.
That
Do
feeling.
you remember when we left when we were watching 1917, James, and the flare scene came on?
Yeah.
Do you remember that moment?
Yeah. And the ending one as well. And I just
Yeah.
remember like coming out of it, I was like kind of like shaking.
We were all
Yeah.
exhausted. Like we had to sit down.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But
That
it-
was like
yeah.
was just a magical moment.
It was. I will say that 1917 hasn't aged well. Watching it again is a bit of a harder one. Yeah. But yeah, that first like, it's hard to beat kind of a cinematic experience as first time watching 1917. So I'll give it that. All right, next one: Manchester by the Sea versus Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh shit!
I agree.
I've watched Mad Max probably 20 times.
Wow.
Fury Road. So, and I've watched Manchester by the Sea maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. La La Land versus Blade Runner 2049.
God damn.
This is 10 years of movie watching, boys.
These are both cinematic masterpieces.
They are. I'll go Blade.
I'm gonna
Yeah, Blade
go
Runner.
Blade Runner as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I can actually acknowledge that La La Land is probably a better movie. But I like Blade Runner more. The aesthetic, the feel,
I think
The score.
the score. Well,
La La Land has a better score.
La La Land has an amazing score.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does too, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I think La La Land's actually much better than Blade Runner 2049. 3 hours.
I think
of
it's a
just
really
mid.
difficult thing to pin down because again, it comes down to when it comes down to like feeling, like
Yeah.
the feeling you get.
And
when
you
you're
feel
watching.
so much more watching La La Land.
You do. I agree. You do, because you have more convincing characters in it.
Yeah.
But to me, like Blade Runner is like it's like the purest example of putting all your chips into world building.
Yeah.
And like you've done so good at world building that it almost doesn't matter how mid your characters are. I'm not saying that the characters are like a mid and they're actually like pretty decent.
I
But
feel like they're pretty mid. Like,
well,
around
K
the board.
is. I would say K is. I do like Love, and I do.
Who? I don't even know who these are.
K is Ryan Gosling.
Oh, right.
And Love is the cyborg lady. The
Dimas?
no, that's Joy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie is mostly loved for its aesthetic.
And I completely agree.
The story I feel is weak. All right. Final one for this one: Poor Things versus Parasite.
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 Oh, Parasite looking like an early favorite. Okay, now we're down to the semi-finals. If we disagree, you're gonna have to debate for this one. 1917 versus Mad Max Fury Road. Two big boy cinematic ones.
Both great experiences too.
Yeah.
I go Mad Max Fury
Yeah,
Road.
I'll go Fury Road too.
Fury Road, eh? Okay, that goes through to the final. Blade Runner 2049 versus Parasite.
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 Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, and we get down to our finale: Parasite versus Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh my god! Of course, it came down to these two.
Funny, Mad Max Fury Road was a wild card pick as well.
Really?
We hadn't. You weren't on board at MovieGainz when that came out.
No.
I don't think I even started it when it came out.
I don't even think you did. Yeah.
Because it came out 2015, and I started MovieGainz at the end of 2015.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But 2015 was part of our MGAs, so.
Fuck, that is so hard.
Ooh. What's it gonna
You know,
be?
I'm gonna go Mad Max.
Mad Max Fury Road, eh?
Yeah. You know, I would have thought I would have gone Parasite, but
I would have thought you were going Parasite as well.
because but the reality is I don't have any desire to watch Parasite often. And to me, a great movie is something that you feel a desire to watch often.
That's fair. Oh,
No,
not with
it doesn't
everything.
mean it's not a great movie if you don't.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, that's what a great is.
Fair. That's fair comment.
It's funny because you said that you're leaning towards Parasite, but you went Fury Road. I'm feeling the opposite.
So you're leaning towards Fury Road.
No, I'm leaning towards Parasite.
Right. But you thought you would do.
Fury Road. Oh, I can appreciate both films well because it was my first foreign film as well, and I was like jaw dropped with that.
Yeah.
You appreciate them on two very different levels as
You
well.
do.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that
It makes it hard to compare.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Parasite.
Ooh.
Let's talk. Yeah.
Like, you know, it was the first foreign film, and I came out of that like jaw dropped. Like, the film is fantastic as well. You
Yep.
know, like just all these characters, or this family infiltrate another family and almost getting away with it. That final scene is just absolutely chaotic at the birthday party.
Yeah.
Cinematography in it is also really, really fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I loved about Parasite is the pacing of it. It's such
Yeah.
a fast movie.
It is,
And everything's just so clean and polished, and it's so well done.
and so much happens in it.
Yeah.
Like, so much happens with like the poor family going to the rich family and obviously making relationships there, but then like their house getting flooded and them just rushing back trying to like save their stuff.
The allegory is what makes it so beautiful, and I shouldn't be defending it because I'm trying to fight for Mad Max here, but the allegory behind the flooding, behind the stairs, behind being in the gutter, behind the stone gift that he has, them trying to like the separation and class dynamics.
Yeah.
You know, living beneath, you know, someone actually physically living beneath them. You know, sort of like a parasite living off them, stealing their food. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many layers
There
to
is so
it
many layers, yeah.
that make you go, this is without a doubt the best movie of like the past 20 years. Like,
Well, you voted for Mad Max Fury Road.
I did,
so-
and I voted for Mad
Second
Max
best.
Fury Road because it's almost very similar, but it's very opposite to Parasite. It's not clean at all. It's very grungy. It's very fast.
Yeah.
And it did something transformative to the action genre that no one has been able to replicate. Honestly, not even
Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. Submarine scene.
Not even George Miller himself managed to sort of replicate it the second time around, though I don't think he was going for it.
Yeah.
But it's something that it's such a singular stylistic vision and feeling that I go, it's one of those movies where I go, an AI could never make this. It could never originally think of this design concept and feeling and
Yeah.
motion and jaggedness.
Yeah.
And to me, it honestly, it just comes down to rewatchability. Every single time I watch it, I'm like floored by it.
Yeah.
Every single time. Parasite, I love it. And I love it for all the reasons I just explained. But it's not a movie I will revisit often. It's a movie I will watch every 10 years
Yeah.
and really appreciate it and can accept it's probably one of the best.
Yeah, that's fair. It's quite a heavy movie. It's a lot to take in, so
It is.
It doesn't have that kind of rewatchability aspect to it. But yeah, you guys locking in your answers then. Yeah. You guys look at
I'm
each
not
other
going
like
to be
a knife
disappointed
going.
if you say Parasite, but you know.
Oh, I guess it does come down to me. It's so hard. And man, most of these are actually like really brutal matchups as well.
They are.
What do we do? They're both so compelling, but for very different reasons. But I might have to kind of align with what you said in terms of if I'm going to choose one to rewatch, which one is it really going to be? It's always, most of the time, going to be Mad Max Fury Road. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road. I'll give it that.
Oh,
You
this is the
dog
most male
into-
movie one. Jesus.
I know.
It'd be so funny if it was like Mad Max Fury Road versus Barbie, which was like the two like the most polar opposite.
Such
movies.
an underdog as well. Barbie would have been.
Barbie
If
would've
you
never
had to
made it.
choose just a singular one based on the movies I've read out today, would it be Mad Max Fury Road or Parasite?
You know,
or-
as soon as I saw this list, I knew Parasite was going to be on the list,
Yeah.
and that was my pick from the beginning.
Yeah.
As soon as you see Parasite, I was like, Parasite will win this. Mm-hmm. And I've always felt that way. I've always felt it was the best.
Yeah.
But as you matched Mad Max and Parasite together, I was like, I don't know, because what it comes down to is like, what is the movie that you like is your favorite, right?
Yeah.
Like that you think you sit down and you watch the most, and it's that.
Yeah.
It's honestly, I keep going back to it. Mm-hmm. That's the reality. And Blade Runner, I keep going back to.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. What would you have thought would have won? Or you wanted to win? Go right through
Out of
the end.
all of them.
And don't say Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots.
No, that's definitely...
Nah,
meaning.
I sort of knew that Parasite and Fury Road would be like the two in the final. Mm-hmm. I also
Okay.
thought 1917 would make a good run for its money.
Yeah, 917
as
would
well.
be big, yeah.
So, but for me, I was always between those three.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is a testament
What about
to-
you, James?
What?
What would have won?
If I had my way?
Yes.
I think La La Land.
Oh,
I think I would have done La La Land, yeah.
Interesting. And what was La La Land fighting in the end?
It lost against Blade Runner 2049, which I think that's an awful decision by both of you guys.
No, because to me that's my top. Like it's Fury Road, 2049, and Parasite are the top three for me.
2049, no.
Yeah.
No, it's too long, no story, no characters. La La Land at least has that. But yeah, no, this is a testament to kind of all the movies we've all watched together and
Wow.
yeah, enjoyed. And these are the big beasts that we've seen, so loads of great movies we've all seen together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that will do us for the ultimate MovieGainz
That was a good one.
tournament.
Did we like that segment?
That was
Oh,
good.
that was fun.
Yeah. I like
Hard.
brackets, they're cool.
They are
So
fun.
hard.
Yeah.
They went quicker than I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
All
keep
right,
going.
Now we'll move on to Pramed. For those of you that don't know what Pramed is, it is our spoof of Framed. So Framed is pretty much a website where it just shows you pretty much a frame or
Of a movie.
of a movie, and you have like 6 sort of chances to guess what the movie is, and each obviously chance it gives you more and more and more.
I'm going to do mine now.
What?
I'm going to do Framed now right now.
Oh shit, it's still around.
Yeah. Still doing it.
So yeah, basically what we did was we reworked it for the podcast. Obviously we can't show you an image, so we had to talk about it. So what I have here is I have some movies down here, and I'll pretty much give out 4 to 5 clues. Probably 4 clues. How many clues do you guys want? 4 or 5?
5.
5 clues.
Make it,
so
draw it out.
So I'll just say 1 clue, and these guys have to try to guess if they get it wrong. Then it goes to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then
You got it on the first one. Of course you did.
always
I'm
kind.
about to get on the third one. Boom.
All right.
Sorry, Nate.
Sorry, Nate.
No, it's all good. You guys just fucking play Framed, eh? And I'll be here playing Framed by myself.
You read the instructions. I know the instructions.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much these guys have 5 clues. I will review a clue at a time, making it as difficult as I can for the first 4, and then the 5th one being an easy one. If they both don't get it, they lose, and I will say what the movie is. All right, so we'll get to the first one. Now I need to be careful not to read out the fucking movie because I'm very slack like
He
that.
does that in any kind of game we play. Where
I
you're not meant
do.
to give information, he'll just say it.
Says the answer. It's like, okay.
All right, so your first clue is it's written and directed by a first-time filmmaker.
When you say it's written and directed by a first-time filmmaker, this is the first movie he's ever written, or he or she has ever written
And directed, or
Just
just
their directorial
first time
debut.
The film is the first that they've written and directed.
first writing
Yes.
and first directing.
Yes.
Okay. Creed 3.
No.
That's a great guess.
Yeah, that was a great guess. I was like, imagine I got him.
I'll just stop playing Pramed.
Robert Eggers.
That's not a movie.
What?
It has to be the movie.
Oh, The Witch.
No.
For Vitch.
The Vivitch.
Your second clue is the budget was under 5 million and it made over 250 million.
Whoa!
Worldwide, I presume.
Yes. I think so. I didn't really note it down.
Well, that's a
Under
big takeover.
5.
Under 5 million.
I'm just checking your worldwide thing here.
Paranormal Activity.
No. Yes, worldwide.
Pass.
Pass. Okay.
Paranormal Activity is a good one.
All these other clues are pretty easy. I thought you. A quote from the film is, "I would have voted for Obama a third time if I could."
Get Out.
Oh, damn it! I was going with Knives Out. Oh no!
All right, so that's 1 point to James. All right, the second one. Let's see which one I should use.
Damn it!
You're going to say Knives Out too.
Yeah.
All right,
Damn, that game threw me off because I said Knives Out too many times.
all right. So in this one, every day except one has precipitation. Precipitation.
What'd you say?
Every day except one.
Has precipitation. I can't.
So it's raining. Every day except for one.
Yeah, if that's what that word
It's
means.
raining every single day except for one day in that movie.
Yes, if,
Like for a week or like all time or?
assume it's a week.
Blade Runner 2049.
No.
I don't even know what.
Can I only guess once?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it 7?
Yep.
Actually.
Yep.
What?
That's 2 for James.
Specific thing.
Is it actually 7?
Yes.
How good.
What the hell?
What were your next ones going to be? Clues.
It was pretty hard. The next one was going to be ending was almost scrapped for a studio mandated chase scene.
Okay. Yeah. I do know that fact.
Wow.
Library montage scorched to bark by remixing 9 Inch Nails.
Well, these are hard.
None of these really.
Killer never blinks on camera.
I might have gotten it with that one. Yeah.
And then What's in the Box.
Oh, what's the
Okay.
box there? I can't believe I got that. I just not read all of
That's
that movie.
insane. You just picked a random rainy movie.
Yeah, when it's raining a lot. And 7. I don't even know why I thought of 7.
God.
All right, keep going though.
Cool. Where am I here? So this one is set during Cold War paranoia.
Set when?
During Cold War paranoia.
Okay.
Atomic Blonde.
No.
X-Men First Class.
No. Based on a novel by Ted Hughes.
Throw me off even more.
Is it?
Pass.
I forget the name of the movie, which doesn't help because if it is this movie, then I'm not going to know it. I'm not going to know to name it. Fuck. Okay, pass.
Okay. Third clue is it's Brad Bird's directorial debut.
Tomorrowland? No, it's not his fucking debut. Was it Tomorrowland? Is that the movie though?
Hold on.
That's a movie though, eh? Tomorrowland.
Yes, it is a movie.
Yeah.
The Incredibles?
No.
Oh, it's Tomorrowland.
Fourth clue,
Debut.
the synopsis is a boy discovers something massive in the woods that isn't meant to feel real.
That isn't meant to feel real.
It isn't meant to feel real. A boy
Brad
discovers-
Bird.
Brad Bird does the animated films, right?
He's done live action before. I thought Tomorrowland was his first live action.
Has
Oh,
he-
is it the Iron Giant?
Yep.
Yes!
Oh my god, you're decimating me.
Yes!
Wow.
Were you on the train thought off live action?
Of course.
Yeah.
As soon as you said animated, I'm like, oh, what's the animated?
Well,
He's done
yeah,
before
because
The
as soon as you
Incredibles.
see Brad Bird, I'm like, must be an animated film. But I thought no idea that Brad Bird did Iron Giant. Wow, I thought he only did Pixar stuff.
Such a sad movie.
All right, this one is shot at 12 frames per second to enhance statico feel.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, staccato feel. No.
Pass.
Oh, okay.
But that one.
Continue.
All animal fur was real.
Revenant.
No.
I'm going to go with...
You know, Kyle wants this one. I can see it in his eyes.
I can't... Yeah.
He doesn't want to be
I
swept.
feel it, dude.
Watch me just get out of the blue.
Pinocchio?
No. Third clue, based on a Roald Dahl story.
BFG.
No.
Based on a Roald Dahl story. Is it James and the Giant Peach?
No. Trying to find a clue that doesn't give it away. The main character wears a corduroy suit.
Corduroy.
Yep. That's your fourth clue.
Matilda? Is that Roald Dahl? No.
But he says it's shot at 12 frames per second.
Yeah.
Is it Caroline?
No.
I don't know.
That's not right. Is that Roald Dahl?
No, but I'm just shooting in the wind.
Yeah. Interesting. Is that our last one?
Yeah, it's your last one. I got 3 clues here, and they're all. One of them is very giveaway.
Let's just go for the not the easiest one. The hardest.
Okay, a quote from the film is "I'm a wild animal."
What?
You said the hardest one.
Is it
The Witches.
Is it The Wild Things?
No.
God damn it! What is this movie?
Fuck.
Do you want me to?
phrases. just
I'm a
throw
wild
me
animal.
off.
Like I would have think what
Where the wild things are.
Where the Wild Things Are would be it.
Is that a Roald Dahl thing?
Is that Roald Dahl?
I don't think so. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I had no idea Fantastic Mr. Fox was Roald Dahl.
Wait, is that the movie?
Yeah.
Oh right. Is that Roald Dahl?
Yeah, apparently.
Wow, I had
The Wes
no-
Anderson one.
Yep.
Wow, I did not know that. I knew it was stop motion. That's why I was jumping around stop motion to begin with.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
and that's why I went with Caroline and ones like that. But I couldn't.
The Roald Dahl ones threw me off. I just started naming the popular ones that I know.
Yeah, no, I had no idea it was.
And the
yeah,
12 frames, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you went hard mode on us.
Yes, I won one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It features a diverse cast, including multiple actors portraying different characters.
It's as vague as anything. Go to the next one.
Could just be any movie ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you repeat it?
Features a diverse cast, including multiple actors portraying the same characters.
When you say diverse, do you mean diverse in terms of like races and genders and stuff
Yes.
like that? Oh, okay.
Okay. One of that actually.
Diverse cast. So it's an ensemble, so to speak.
Oh god, all these clues are pretty easy.
Knives
it-
Out.
No.
Is
Not
it?
really diverse, is
Is it Austin Powers?
No.
Wow, what a guess.
Sorry if you guys heard that. It's about the main character confronting an how do you say that word?
Existential crisis.
Yep.
Features the main character.
Facing an existential crisis.
Don't Look Up.
No.
Wow, I feel like this is at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
This is really tricky.
He wants it.
He does.
The idea is to be fast and quick,
Yeah, okay.
and that gives you the win.
Can you say that question again?
The main character confronts an existential
Yeah, pass.
dilemma.
I thought Don't Look Up was a good guess.
One of the main characters struggles with identity. That's your fourth clue, by the way.
Struggles with identity. These are so vague, bro.
They're so vague, yeah.
I know, well, it's different from when I usually do it, because usually you guys get on the
that's
first
true. We get it
two.
within like a second.
Yeah. 7-1. Struggles with identity.
Why does this feel animated?
I don't know. I'm going to pass again.
Yeah, I'm going to pass again.
Right, I'll make this
It's
sort
too
of.
broad.
The director became the first female director to gross $1 billion.
Barbie.
Oh, who said that first?
I don't know.
I feel like you started saying it first. And
I said it
then
really slowly.
You said it really slowly, and then I said it really fast.
Do we say draw?
Yeah,
Let's
tie.
have
That's a hard draw, I think.
Yeah.
It was Barbie.
We'll do one each. We'll give you a point.
Cool.
Thank you. I don't want to look so pathetic.
We got two more.
Oh, I'm not going to win this.
I can't believe I didn't get Barbie.
It premiered at Sundance Film Festival.
What did you say before that? This is the last one.
Second to last.
Second to last. Okay. This premiered at Sundance. Mm-hmm. When? Sundance.
When?
Just any Sundance.
Yep.
You're just being vague for the sake of it. Pass.
Yeah, it could be anything. Pass.
Childhood friends reconnect in adulthood.
Past lives.
Yep.
Fuck.
It was a Sundance giveaway.
Was it?
Yeah, I knew that was a really early debut for that movie. And then that plot just kind of made the link.
All right. This is another vague one. Won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. It's a recent film within the past 5 years.
Joker.
Damn, I was going to say Joker, actually.
Pretty sure that one Golden Lion one.
I think it did. Poor Things?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, I won one.
Kai got one. So what's the score? Is it
5-2.
5-2.
5-2?
Including the draw.
Including the draw. So
Yeah.
4-2 with one draw.
Pardon?
4-2. Oh,
4-1.
Oh, yeah, 4-1
Yeah.
with the draw. And the winner of Pramed is James. With 1 point to me.
Far out. You were brutal in this. You were quick.
All right, so that will do us for Pramed. Hope you guys enjoy that. And now we are going to hand the mic over to Kyan to explain who am I, and not me, Nayan.
Explaining who you are.
Who am I?
You're going to go through an
All
identity
right.
crisis. You're the new Barbie.
Oh,
Now,
but
this
my
is just
mommy.
that classic game where you put the little piece of paper in your head and you figure out which character you are. It's a basic 20 questions. You have to answer who you are within those 20 questions, which character that is. And we've all written a name or character's name for each other to put in our heads. We don't know what they are. So, I think what we'll do is we'll begin with Nayan.
You're actually going to tip.
Nayan,
I'll just hold it.
you're going to hold it? Okay.
So does Nayan ask the questions or do we?
No, so Nayan asked. Yeah, so Nayan asks the questions. We answer them.
Yeah. And then the audience has to guess.
Yes, and then we have to toll how many questions we're asking.
Okay.
He only has 20, and he has to answer them within those 20. It can be a character from anything. It could be animated. It could be from movies. It could be from television. It could be
Plays. Novels.
Yeah. Well, no. It's going to be movies or television.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So ask your 20 questions.
Okay, is it animated?
No.
So what do you say? The character animated?
He's asking if the media in which it's in, the characters in, is animated, and it's
Right.
no. Yeah.
Is it male or female?
Is that a
he allowed
question?
is he allowed to ask?
No, you're not allowed to ask
yes or
that
no
question.
questions.
Oh, is
Yes
it
or
just
no?
is it a male?
Yes.
Yes. There you go. Now you got most of the characters.
You cut it by half.
Is the movie or was the movie released within the past 5 years?
No.
No.
Oh fuck, longer. Is it a human?
Yes.
Yes. If you consider them.
Don't give things away.
Is it a superhero?
No.
Supervillain? Is it?
No.
He's just thinking about comic books. They're the only things that exist in media now.
Did the film release in the 2000s?
No.
Is it older than the 2000s?
No.
Okay, so it must be in the 2010s then.
He's struggling.
Is the film set on Earth?
No. No.
No, I mean, not really.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
but you just go along with it.
Is it Star Wars?
No.
halfway through your questions.
Got 10,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Got 10 left.
Oh, this is very hard, guys, when you can't see.
Well, it'd defeat the purpose if you could see.
Yeah. I just want to see the answer and then answer it.
Yeah, but I can ask questions if I've seen it and then guess on the last one to build up anticipation. Not set on Earth.
Not set on Earth.
Is the film part of a franchise?
Yes.
I see what you're doing, but
Yeah.
it's yeah.
But look,
I don't know. I feel like it throwing him off.
yeah, but that's his fault.
Yeah, you have to ask the right
You got to be
questions.
asking the right questions here because the questions
Is-
you're asking can throw you off.
Is it based on a book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the character based within a novel? Yes.
Yes. Is it a prequel? Book series? Or book?
No. Remember, this is a character.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the film and then guess the character.
That's a bold way of doing it.
I know.
You're doing a lot of work first.
Yeah, you're lucky with some questions.
How many questions do I have left?
You've got 7 left.
Is this like
Based-
reversed framed in a way?
In a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
Based on a book that I definitely would have seen.
100%.
And it's a franchise.
Yes.
Is it the Lord of the Rings franchise?
No.
Okay, that wipes that out. Is it the Harry Potter franchise?
No.
You have 5 more questions.
Yeah, I know.
You're burning through all your questions.
Yeah, the way you're asking
by
is,
asking really direct,
specific
specific
questions.
things instead of dialing into something.
I said, is it human, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys
You
said
said
yes. Are they white?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that didn't narrow it down for me. I don't know. That was a waste of question on my part.
All characters are white.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god.
Break it down. Delete.
I think even for the audience, this is so vague because they have asked. He's asked such broad questions.
Is this character physical? Like, is he like a
brawler.
like a?
Can he fight?
Yeah, is he like a big nay?
No.
No, he's not.
No.
No. No, he can't.
Cannot fight. Three more questions.
Oh no, I want to give up.
Oh.
Set in the 2010s as well, based on a book franchise.
Uh-huh.
Male.
Yep.
Does this character drink?
Yes. Big time.
Is it based on Hunger Games?
No.
Damn it!
You got one more question, and then you have to give your answer.
You're not asking the right questions, homie.
You got lucky with that last one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They drink, based on a book.
You're so close. It's almost.
He's not that close.
No,
he
no,
just
it's
has
just
two specific pieces of information. That
He
can help
does. He's
him.
got two specific pieces of information that really dial into who they are.
But that last question, if he had asked the right questions beforehand, he would have gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Time.
You got one more
Is it
question.
Tyrion Lannister?
It is.
Oh my god! Look at that! So close.
Oh,
Wow.
that's such good stuff. on your 20th question, in fact.
Plot twist, I knew it all along. I was just building up anticipation.
Amazing.
The worst questions as well.
I think if you didn't say big time when it came to the drinking one, I would have been stumped.
Yeah, because it's so. I drink and I know things. You know, it's so endemic to his character.
Oh, I felt good to get
Good
that.
stuff.
Oh man, that was funny. You were like so hooked on the fact that it's a movie.
Yeah, I did.
I was
You
like,
were.
yeah.
I did,
You
I
were
prob-
so hooked on
I
that.
should have asked, like, is it a movie or a book first?
Did you just see it?
I did, but I didn't know. I didn't see what it was.
Who's the character underneath that?
I don't know. Did it
He
say?
just flipped over my one that I wrote, bro.
I don't know what it is.
All right, we'll trust you.
I'm
But
being
if you
honest.
guess it during the game, we know that you looked at it.
Yeah, well,
So-
based on my stupid answers, you're gonna know it's not me. I don't know it.
All
Okay,
right.
James, your turn.
Okay.
20 questions. Here we go.
Is that the right way around?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
What stupid vague character have you given me? Is it from a movie?
Yes.
Male?
Yes.
Is it the Century?
What
Did the movie release?
Did the movie release the
This
century?
character features in.
Yes.
It's a part of a franchise.
No. I would say no.
So singular.
There are.
That's a yes.
It's not. It's
It's
not.
yes or no.
No. I know it's yes or no, but look, your answer is your question is it a franchise? It's not a franchise.
No, it's
And
a
then
part
your-
of a franchise.
Is it part of a franchise?
Yeah.
No.
No. So it's its own thing. Is it released in the last 10 years?
Yes.
Did it make over $500 million?
Yes.
Animated.
Yes. Ah.
What? How is this? It's a-
Yes.
Yes. Disney?
Yes.
Live action remake?
Yes.
The Jungle Book?
No.
That's a movie, not a character.
Halfway there.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying is it?
Ah.
Are they in the? Wait, what? I just asked about if it's in the Jungle Book.
You just said The Jungle Book. I thought it was a guess.
Is it in the Lion King?
No.
Wait, was it? You guys said it was animated, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's a live action remake.
Yes.
These are all questions.
No, what?
I'm joking.
No, yeah, but like,
I'm joking.
how does that even work? I said it's animated, but it's a live action remake.
We're not answering that. You have to ask a question.
But they contradict each other.
That's for you to
He
figure
knows
out.
it
That's for
as
you to
well.
figure out. That's for you to
Oh,
figure
it's
out.
in Mufasa the Lion King, then, correct? It must be.
Are you asking
Yeah,
that
yeah,
question?
yeah.
No.
It's not. In the
Great answer though, because it's that line between live action and
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It has to fit in that. So it's animated, but it's a live action remake. What has been done? Did it made over 500 million? That's a key one too. Did it make over 750 million?
yes.
Did it make over $1 billion?
I think it did.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it did.
fact checking for you.
This is
What's the
interesting.
answer, Nay?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Hurry up.
Shut up.
So it's not Jungle Book or The Lion King.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you've narrowed it down nicely.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, and it's released in the last 5 years.
Yes. Did I say the last 5 years?
No, he said last 10 years.
Yeah, last 10 years.
Okay, you can count that as a question, I guess. Wait, did you answer it?
You already asked that question.
Oh, if it's in the last 5 years?
No, you asked if it was released within this decade.
Oh, right. Is it released in
century.
the last 5 years?
No.
No. 5 more.
I just don't know. A Disney movie that's made over $1 billion that is animated but live action at the same time. That's not The Lion King or The Jungle Book. Did it win an Oscar?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, it didn't win an Oscar, eh? What could it be? The questions get harder, eh?
Well,
As you
the
go
thing
into those
is,
questions.
it has to come down to the context of your questions because you can end up trapping yourself like what Nayan did.
Yeah.
You end up trapping yourself by asking questions that you make assumptions on.
Does the movie have animals in it?
Yes.
Yes.
That's probably an obvious one.
If it's Disney, it usually does.
Yeah. This live action animated thing's just ruined it, though. What else did they even do? I'm just trying to think of the movie before I ask any questions. So, because it's not shit like Aladdin or that, because that's not an animated movie. Is it when I say it's a character animated?
No. Well,
How'd you take that?
It entirely depends on the context of your
I
question.
asked the question, is it animated?
No.
Like the movie. But you said it was animated before.
Did I?
Yes, you said yes for my animation.
I said it was, and then you were like, you gave me that look.
No, because the context of his question, he's specifically asked about it within the past 10 years.
Yes, I did
So
forget.
he's dialed into a specific movie.
Oh, yeah, I did forget about that
So
detail.
Genie.
No.
No.
Wait, so no, you guys have confused me. You said it's an animated character in a live action remake.
You'll understand why these answers are confusing for you.
No, yeah, but I was asking if the movie's animated.
The movie is not animated.
But you said it was animated.
No.
You said it's an animated movie, but it's a live action remake.
Yeah.
And so this time I've been trying to guess animated movies.
Again, when you trap yourself in questions.
But I said that so much times. So the movie's animated and it's live action.
No, you didn't ask that.
Yes, I did. I said that multiple times because I'm trying to guess it. That's why I said.
You initially asked was.
That's why I
Wait.
was. But that's why I was guessing.
Your first question was, is it animated? Yes. And then you said, and then you're asked, has it released within the past 10 years? Technically, it has.
Yeah, I know.
But it depends on the
No,
context
it's
of your
just
questions.
the answers are not
Because they're yes or
aligned.
no. They're not. That's it. They're yes or no. And it really going to depend on that context of your question.
Yeah, I think you just misinterpreted my question because I was asking if the movie's animated, not the character.
Again, it can be interpreted in two different ways.
Beast.
No. You're so close. That was 10, that was 20 though.
Okay.
Your answer is Aladdin.
I thought the character was animated. I was just so confused.
Here's the problem with a lot of this, right?
No,
is
it's
that-
just
To be fair, when I wrote down that, I was thinking of the animated version. I completely forgot that there was a live action one.
I think we established that we could do anything.
yeah, correct.
Yeah, over
correct.
it.
But the thing is that initially what you asked is the movie animated? Yes.
I said, is
And
it animated?
Yes.
And you
Which it
said-
is.
Yeah, and then you said yes.
Yes. But you asked another question, which was, has it been released in the past 10 years?
Yes.
Yes, it has, but only the live action version, not
No,
the
it's just that
animated
no
version.
one like cleared up really the thinking.
I know, but
Yeah.
but it's not. Again, it's a yes or no. I can't clarify that. That's why I gave him a funny look, because I knew it would be confusing by answering yes or no to that question, because you knew it was animated and you were so close. You were on the right track.
Yeah.
But it's both. It's animated and it's live action.
We should be able to say both then, because that just kind of, it's just deceiving and lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, I think, yeah. Because you just trap someone in a corner and then they just kind of burn through like 10
Yeah.
minutes just thinking.
Because that's how I was like, yes. And I was like, oh, and looked at you. But then it was just yes or no only. So I was like, well, it's both.
Well, again, this is the problem with the rules, that you establish the rules
Yeah.
yes or no, not both. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that you were so close. You said genie. You were right on the edge
Yeah,
there
because
of
I was
saying
thinking of
Aladdin.
animated characters in live action remakes, because
Yeah.
you changed it to say that the character's animated, but it's a live action remake.
See, the thing is, I only answered the question within the context. I only answered within the context of what your questions were, right? So your questions was, is it animated? That was one of the first few questions you asked. Yes, it is. And then later
Yeah.
on, as you started dialing
But
in,
then I said it's a live action remake, and yeah, it's just confusing.
yeah, I understand it's
Yeah.
confusing, but I mean, to me, I think that's the point, is that it can be confusing if you aren't dialing into the right questions, and it can be
But I
frustrating.
was dialing into the right questions.
You were
Yeah.
very, very close.
Yeah.
And it does get very frustrating and confusing.
When you're like, oh, it's not Aladdin. I was like, oh.
I know, you're like, it can't be Aladdin, and it's like, well,
Yeah, because you guys said it was animated.
it is. But it
And
wasn't
so
released within the
I
past
thought you
decade.
I thought you were going with like The Lion King, because it's like not animated, but it is animated. You know, because it's a live action
I
remake.
understand,
and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Worst game I've ever played on this podcast. So confusing.
Kai's
Hey, it's
turn.
not my fault you were confused. Is this up the right way?
There's no, it's behind
Oh,
that.
jokes.
Yeah.
I've done the wrong one.
We'll tally it. Oh, you're telling? All right, sweet.
If Kai gets this on the first go, that means he's
I'm
Yeah,
not.
he's definitely seen it.
or if like all of his like answers are like lining up
Let's
towards it.
pigeonhole him into like this random corner.
It's a good one. All right, go Kai.
right.
All right. Is this a movie?
Yes.
What? No, it's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
What does that even mean?
It-
Is the
okay,
character
is
a
the
movie?
Is the character in this in a movie or in a TV? Are they in a movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so confusing. I'm just overthinking now, like the questions.
Okay. Is this a male character?
No.
No.
Why are you looking at me? It's such an obvious answer.
I don't know. I don't know. Can't assume genders nowadays.
Okay. Was this produced within the past 15 years?
Like they starred in something in the last 15 years?
Was the
The
they
character
starred in something within that?
was,
Are you
was,
talking about
was
the
the character or the
Yeah,
movie?
was the character, was the
And-
content in which they're in released
Right.
in the past 15
Right.
years?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this considered to be a good character or a bad one?
It's yes or no questions only.
Oh, okay.
Like morally.
Is this a largely morally good person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this within the comic book franchise?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is this a hero of some capacity?
Of some capacity, yeah. Technically, yeah.
Okay. Is this... Ooh, okay. Has this character within Marvel?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Has this character appeared in a piece of Marvel content within the past 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Has this character released in a piece of Marvel content within the past 12 months?
No.
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 Yeah.
Nah.
So not last year, the year before, technically within the past 2 years, but not within the last 12 months.
Depends on how you take the question.
When I said appeared, I mean they've physically shown up on screen.
I don't know. Did you?
That's when I said appeared.
But is that what it appeared actually means?
Yeah. It depends how you define.
No, that's not That's unfair.
No. That's the
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. They've appeared on screen within the past 2 years in Marvel. They are a male, relatively good considered character of some moral upstanding level.
Sure.
It's female.
What?
It's female.
Is that a question?
No. That was one of the first questions I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a female character. Is this character within the Marvels?
No.
Like the movie?
Yeah, The Marvels is a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're already
No.
answered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, halfway there.
Shit.
He's got this one.
I think he's got it. It's just whether he
loves
gets
his
it.
MCU, even though everything when it came out.
But they're in a movie, so they have to be dialed into something within the past 2 years.
Depends how you think about a movie.
Depends how I think about a movie.
I'm just
So why are you trying to throw me off?
because it's so easy and you'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Gotta put some obstacles in your path.
I see. So what has released within that time period as a MCU movie? So we have... Okay, so there was Black Widow, there was Shang-Chi, then there was Far From Home, there was No Way Home. There was No Way Home, then there was... there's been Captain America, it can't be that. It could be... No, it can't be Doctor Strange, that was like 3 years ago. God damn. So I'm really not up to date with Marvel. Okay, has there been, no, there's not been a Hulk movie. There's been...
Little fun fact, Mad Max Zero is 10 years old from today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just won our thing.
Is this character within Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Oh. Is this character Nebula?
No.
Is this character part of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes. I don't know. I actually don't know how to answer that one.
Oh, okay. Is this
But
character
yes.
Gamora?
No.
Fuck, who else is even part of the Guardian? Is this character Mantis?
Yes.
Hey!
Yeah, there you go.
You got it in 15.
15. Look at that.
Mantis.
Mantis.
Nice and easy. Once you dial in on the MCU,
Once you
can
dial
just get
in.
down easily.
I was almost thinking of someone morally ambiguous because you were like a little bit hesitant on the yes. Are they good? Like, are they?
Yeah, because at the start they were bad because they were with Ego.
Yeah.
It's true.
So that is Who Am I? It's a fun little segment by Kyan.
It's a fun game. We need to refine the rules.
We'll see if it pops up on the potty
Why
within
do
the
you have
next
to
episode.
pick such an ambiguous one there? You should just pick something straight shooty, like, oh, freaking remake mess by Disney.
To be fair, I did forget about the live action version. I wrote it down with whole intentions of it being animated. All right, so I'll move on to a classic game of ours, which is Buy, Rent, Sell.
Oh, yes, we like this.
Except this is the Pixar edition. So I've got 9 things here, and that equates to the 27 Pixar films that have released so far. Thank God the Elio didn't come out, otherwise I would have thrown a spin in the works.
Helio.
Cool. So pretty much you guys know how it goes. Buy, rent, sell. Say 3 movies to you, and you guys pick which one you'd buy, which one you'd rent, and which one you'd sell.
Nice. How many rounds are these?
9.
Are they all of the Pixar movies?
Every single Pixar film is in this.
So there is 36.
27.
27. My math is off. Whoa.
Okay. All right, so we'll go into it. First one, Buy, Rent, Sell. A Bug's Life, Brave, or Turning Red?
A Bug's Life, Brave, or Turning Red?
Yes.
I buy A Bug's Life pretty easily.
I'm the same.
I rent Turning Red, and I don't watch it while I rent it. I just give it back to them pretty much straight away.
You leave it on play and just walk her and do something
No, I
else.
just put it on the bench. Just don't even touch it. Yeah. I got other stuff to watch. I go and watch A Bug's
you
Life,
sell
which I already
Brave.
own. Yeah, and then I sell Brave for $2.
Yeah.
On Facebook
I'm exactly
Marketplace.
the same, and I feel the same way.
I buy Bug's Life, rent Brave, and sell Turning Red.
Whoa, so oh wow, okay.
I prefer Brave over Turning Red.
You know what? I'm not against that.
Yeah.
I think they're both pretty bad.
All right, next one. We've got Lightyear, Cars 2, and Onward.
Well,
Lightyear, Cars 2, and Onward. Why are you grouping all the
I'm gonna buy Cars 2. I'm going to rent Onward, and I'm going to sell Buzz Lightyear. Fucking piece of shit.
I'm exactly the same as you, Kai.
Yeah, I sell Lightyear. What are the other one? Cars 2 and
Onward.
Onward. Yeah, I rent Onward. I start watching 5 minutes through it, and then I turn on the movie that I do own, which is Cars 2, and I watch that one instead. Yeah.
All right. Monsters University, Finding Dory, or Incredibles 2?
I buy Finding Dory. I rent. What's the other one?
Incredibles 2.
Or Monsters University?
I rent Monsters University, and I sell Incredibles 2. I don't like Incredibles 2. I actually think it's it's actually a pretty bad movie when I've watched it. And I've tried to watch it twice. I don't know if it's just bad and I just think it's bad, or it's the fact that my expectations and hype were just so insane it could never meet those. But I think it made a ton of wrong decisions. So I got to sell Incredibles 2. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buy. What was it?
Monsters University, Finding Dory, or
I'm gonna buy
Incredibles 2?
Finding Dory, and then I'm gonna
That's fair.
rent Incredibles. I'm gonna sell Monsters.
Monsters.
I'm the same as Khan.
Yeah.
Cool. Next one. You've got Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Incredibles.
Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Incredibles. Ooh, I'm gonna buy Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rent Monsters Inc., and I'm gonna sell Finding Nemo.
Oh, disgusting. That's such a bad choice.
It's so good.
You can't sell Finding Nemo.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
Finding Nemo's like 99%.
The dad is annoying.
The dad is annoying.
He's like Mitchell's versus Machines. He's annoying.
Oh, stop using that movie. I'm so sick of you hating that movie.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I would sell Monsters Inc. and I'd be pretty comfortable doing that. It's not like a hard competition. I would buy Finding Nemo and I would rent Incredibles. Yeah, Finding Nemo is like the GOAT family movie, like in terms of just everything.
I'd buy Incredibles, rent Finding Nemo, and sell Monsters Inc.
Okay.
No Monsters Inc. love here.
Well, it is for me.
I'll snap my 4K disc. I'll sell it to you.
Still got it
I'll
on
sell it to you if you want.
All right. We have
$50.
fifth one. We have Toy Story 4, Wall-E, and Inside Out.
Toy Story 4, Wall-E, and Inside Out. I would buy Wall-E. I would rent Toy Story 4, and I'd sell Inside Out. Yeah, that's a tough one, actually.
I'm going to buy Wall-E. I'm going to rent Inside Out. I'm going to sell.
Yeah, I was
Toy
debating
Story
between
4,
those two, yeah.
I'm going to buy Inside Out, rent Wall-E, and sell Toy Story.
Yeah.
Now we have Toy Story 3, Soul, and Ratatouille.
Oh, that one's hard. Toy Story 3. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, they're like 3 of my like top 5 Pixar movies. I gotta buy Toy Story 3. It's probably as close to perfection as Pixar's come. But Soul is just so much bigger than like every Pixar movie in terms of its themes. I would have to rent Soul and sell Ratatouille, even though I have a personal love for Ratatouille because I love rats and cooking. I've tried to make them do the same thing together.
So you got Soul, Ratatouille, and
Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3. So I'm going to buy Toy Story 3. I'm going to rent Ratatouille, and I'm going to sell Soul.
Right.
I think it's a little less accessible, Soul.
That's what I thought, but I could access it. Yeah. But you sold your soul.
Sold my soul.
Yeah.
Sold my soul to a rat.
Me too, because I'm with you, Cry. Mine's the
There we
same.
go.
Now we have 3 more left. Toy Story, Up, and Coco.
Wait, Toy Story and Coco?
And Up.
And Up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toy Story, Up, and Coco.
Toy Story, Up, and Coco.
Buy Toy Story, rent Up, sell Coco. Strong.
I'm
That's
the-
an easy
I'm
one.
the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's easy.
Yeah.
What about you?
I buy Up, rent Toy Story, and sell Coco.
What? You buy Up over Toy Story?
Yeah, I enjoyed Up more.
But Toy Story, the first one.
CGI is shit, man.
No, you're definitely.
First
you're
15 minutes
Sid.
of Up, that's the good part.
What?
All downhill,
no.
all downhill from there.
I say something about... All right, we
One
have...
of the worst takes.
Love that take.
How many people have you triggered with that one?
Bro, it's like the most annoying.
Countless.
We have Cars 3, The Good Dinosaur, and Luca.
Cars,
Oh,
3, The
yuck.
Good
These are all
Dinosaur,
bad.
And Luca. I'm going to go Luca,
Buying Luca.
buying Luca.
Just because you've been to the Malfi Coast.
Exactly. I'm going to rent Cars 3 and sell The Good Dinosaur.
I'll buy Cars 3. I'll rent Good Dinosaur and I'll sell Luca.
Wow.
I'm the same as you, James.
Really? Yeah. I don't like Luca. All right.
I liked Luca. I didn't love Luca, and I don't like any. I don't really.
Yeah, too fair, I don't like any of them.
I don't
but-
like any of them, but I like Luca. I hated Luca the least.
Yeah.
Cool. And lucky last, we have Elemental, Cars, and Toy Story 2.
Elemental, Cars, and Toy Story 2. I actually liked Elemental. I gotta buy Toy Story 2. Another goat. I'll rent Cars. I have a soft spot for Cars, first one. And so that means I have to sell Elemental.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
I actually really disliked Elemental. I thought it was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice.
I thought it was just like very low rent Zootopia. Like didn't work. Just was. It felt like honestly, it felt like a porn parody of Zootopia. It was just
Porn.
yeah, just like a parody of it. It's just not.
Well, because like the elements and
Yeah, just like a really low rent version of it. I
and
was
they have like different biomes, which is like the rain, the water.
Yeah, but it was like all just like not as inventive or like well thought out.
I just really love the characters and the romantic relationship. I just really brought into it.
No, really. Yeah, it didn't sell me at all. I was kind of annoyed throughout most of it.
Fair enough. People were quite mixed on it, so yeah. What about you?
I'd buy Toy Story, rent Elemental, and sell cars.
Sell cars.
Elemental.
Yeah,
We can't sell cars.
it's gone.
What would Liam Lawson think?
Who cares about that bum? Dropped after 2 races. All right, that is Buy, Rent, Sell, the Pixar edition, and that will do us on our 98th episode of Let's Be Real. 2 more to go. 99th episode is a special one because coming out of retirement after almost 2 years is Kyan, who will be hosting that episode. That
I am
is
hyped.
one to get hyped about, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Mark it in your calendars. That will do us today. Do not do anything apart from listen for the next 2 episodes. We don't care about your likes or subscribes or your follows. Just keep them to yourself and save it for a sports team or a celebrity.
Sports team?
They'll do,
No, anything else besides what you just said.
that's why I said celebrities. They'll do us. We'll catch you later with MovieGainz. We'll see you later.
Peace.
Later.